when you create an invoice, you've already received the items, and at the point where you create the invoice, the purchase order lines should all have a status of waiting for invoice, but sometimes you'll have some that say sent. And what happens is when you create the invoice, let me pull up this invoice here, 2,960. So I created this invoice and we added 10 invoice lines to it. There's 8 purchase order lines on here, and you'll notice that after we submitted the invoice, it closed all the purchase order lines, which is what you want. All the ones that say closed had a status of waiting for invoice. The one here that said sent had a status of sent at the time that we created the invoice, and it still has a status of sent now. So what we need to do is close this out. If you go back to your receiving and invoicing receive page, you will see that this invoice is still on this page. And what we can do, you'll see that it was ordered, it was received, but it never got off of this page, which is what ideally we want to happen. So we're going to click on the action button and click on receive. And you'll see that it's not on this page anymore. It's PO line 265, PO line 270. So 269 isn't there. We're going to go back to our invoice. Let's see. Let me just get all the way back out. Invoice is invoice number, and I'm going to type in the invoice number again. And we're going to pull up the invoice, and it still says closed. And our PO line 269 is now closed. So you can, in fact, add a purchase order line that has the status sent to an invoice, although that's not ideal because it's better if they have a status of waiting for invoice, and you don't have to do this last step of going back to the receiving page and clicking the actions button and receiving the item. So that's it for this video. That's how you change the status of a PO line that says sent that's on an invoice.